Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, a 21-year-old lynched American black male trucker that was in North Carolina. What other males within America's history for centuries who have been the number one males who have been murdered the most, racialized, terrorized, racially discriminated, hated, up and down the street, enslaved by the millions, racial racism, hate laws, policies, etc., and still get no reparations. Huh? What male again? There is none. So it is such a blatant mental derangement that unfortunately there are within certain multi-millions within American Blackism that allow this generic terminology of allowing people to put multi-millions of American blacks, with a few exceptions who know the game, in the bull-ass people of color category, minority category, allowing people to say, oh, black and brown, right? All that bull crap in generalization, diluting down American blacks. That is some bull. It is insulting to the American black ancestors that fought to sit there and be treated as damn people. And you got border breaking illegal immigrant ass fucking personnel come across that border every damn day laughing. You got persons who know they are that are immigrating this. By the way, that's called voluntariness, right? That have no clue collectively about true American black history, but are able to take advantage of higher programs and policies and stuff like that they know they slide under to play that little minority card. Man, get the hell out of here with that damn game. The ones who try to play that game, right? Oh my goodness, well, they came over here with no money. Get out of here with that. The system helps them out. Get out of here. Now, with that part being said, let's go ahead and talk about this particular lynching of this American black male. Oh, because by the way, remember, American black males will be lazy, good for nothing, don't want to sit there and take care of their kids, etc., 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 right? The same bullshit trope that's been done for centuries, right? Well, at the same time, the majority of black males in relationships prefer to be in relationships. The majority of black males that have kids are actively involved, direct or indirect, involved in a relationship. You get the hell out of here, right? People playing little silly ass damn tactics. Oh. Henderson, North Carolina, the body of a 21-year-old Javion McGee, American black male, was discovered Wednesday, September 11th, with his back against a tree and rope connected to a tree branch, tied 11 times around his neck. So he just wrapped around this rope around his neck 7 times, right? Mm-hmm. On September 11th, huh? Okay. Hello, symbolism. McGee was a newly licensed truck driver, American black, reportedly pleased about his newly acquired credentials. But at the same time, this particular entity, this particular enforcement came out quickly and said, hey, there was no signs of foul play. And that McGee's was likely him removing his own life. Got some coonish and some sellouts that would do the billing of supremacist personnel, by the way. Others are noting that given North Carolina's basically sorbet history of lynchings of Black Americans in how many other states and cities, by the way. They said this particular enforcement should be so quick to rule out possible homicide. What started as a delivery run of goods to the Walmart distribution center for his first job, first job as a truck driver, would unfortunately end in Black pain tragedy. Officials reported that McGee was found in a seated position with his legs extended out and his left foot crossed over his right foot. Yeah, he's just taking his sweet time, right? Okay. The rope tied around his neck will later be identified as the rope he purchased from local Walmart the day before, right? Deflectionary tactics. Pushing back against this particular entity in this particular enforcement department, the use of semantics in defining what actually this lynching is. The McGee family, this particular person, noted during a press conference they were asking justice for Javion, and that this particular particular entity, categorizing McGee's death as a removal of his own life as grossly premature, right? Well, that's a great investigation, right? Automatically, hey, no, his life was removed by himself, just like that. They talk about how this is absolute tragedy, no matter how it is panned out. You got a 21-year-old American Black male, bright rising star, independent young American Black male from Chicago, Illinois, who is taking a path to independence of his parents. The facts are still being worked out, but we do know that he was found hanging from a tree. Now, I know there have been some statements from this particular enforcement entity concerning what is considered a lynching or hanging. But I show you the pictures that we saw very clearly that he was hanging. Not in the manner which you may have seen the 60s and the 20s and the 30s, but he was hanging. While some have a narrow view of what constitutes a lynching, a hanging by noose from a tree, many researchers, like this particular person who wrote an article in the National Archives on the history of lynchings, note that this form of racialized terror goes beyond small specifics. In the article, this particular person said what constitutes a lynching. Although most people think only of hangings and lynchings means much more. Lynching is the killing of African Americans or Black Americans who were tortured, mutilated, burned, shot, dragged, or hanged, accused of alleged crime by a white mob and deprived of their life without the due process and equal protection of the law. But at the same damn time, you got people voluntarily running across the borders illegally, falling all over chairs, running across trains, jumping across planes, whatever they got to do to get to America, right? And then it also, how many, the ones that have the skin of Black, oh, let's not play that game. It's a whole different topic. The ones that have the skin of Black who know they are, that have the effing nerve to try to talk bad about American Blacks, and they run from places that have people that look like them. Some people got the effing nerve, which is a whole different topic in itself. I'm gonna go ahead and play this particular first video. I'm trying to keep this very short, but I'm utilizing this as a timepiece purpose because remember, American Black males are supposed to be again lazy and good for nothing, and black on black crime, black on black crime. Oh, they murdering people left and right, but people never talk about white. Well, let me phrase that. You got people that make sure not talk about white on white crime, white on white crime, Asian on crime, Asian on crime, Native American crime, Native American crime, Hispanic crime, Hispanic crime, right? It's always about black on black crime. It's an effing game. Again, what any one of those cultures and backgrounds, alternative lifestyle categories, border breaking, illegal immigrant personnel, etc. How many have been lynched more than American Blacks, especially American Black males again? Hello? And numbers of American Blacks about to stop allowing effing people, the ones who keep playing this damn ass game, to sit there and start putting people in place. Because the shit is getting ridiculous. People, let me go ahead and play this particular first video.
We were asking questions after this man was found dead in Vance County at the base of a tree with a rope around his neck. His name is Javion McGee. Many of you reached out to us after a TikTok video went viral. WR's Destiny Patterson has been digging into his death and joins us live from Vance County. Destiny, you spoke to the sheriff today. What do we know about this crime, about this case from law enforcement?
Just in the last 20 minutes, we've gotten a search warrant that gives us more insight into this investigation. A representative for the family says that Javion McGee was a truck driver, and I'm told that trucks often park here while making deliveries at a nearby Walmart distribution center. The sheriff said that McGee was found outside of a fenced area of this business, and they say that they found him at the base of a tree with a rope around his neck. 21-year-old Javion McGee stopped through Vance County as part of his job as a truck driver. It's a long way from where he lived in Illinois. Deputies found him dead Wednesday under a tree with a rope wrapped around his neck.
We have a lot of questions, not enough answers.
Candace Matthews identifies herself as a spokesperson for his family. She says law enforcement initially told them McGee died by suicide.
This young man has not had no indication of no type of suicidal ideation. He doesn't have a history of mental illness.
At no point in time that we have said this was a suicide.
Vance County Sheriff Curtis Brame says they're still investigating McGee's death. McGee's family does not believe he took his own life. But how can we rule out a hate crime at this point?
Look at me and who I am. If I thought that anyone, regardless of their race, was lynched in Vance County, I would have it all over national news. When we got there, he was sitting with his back up against the tree on the ground. It's something common we would say, and we would call a jail suicide or homicide, where a person does not have enough height to hang or dangle.
McGee's family says they were told surveillance footage showed McGee buying a rope from Walmart. The sheriff says they're still looking into that. He says the medical examiner's office will officially determine the cause of death.
Mom and stepdad and dad have not even seen his body yet.
Sheriff Brame says the family could not view the body in person due to distance.
We want to see everything. We want full transparency.
As I mentioned before, we do now have a search warrant. We're going to continue to dig through that and bring you those details as we get them. Even at this hour, the family stories and law enforcement stories don't quite align. Now, McGee's family has hired a national civil rights attorney, and an autopsy has been ordered.
But at the same time, you got the people doing just like this. They see nothing, they hear nothing, they know nothing. Oh yeah, there's quite a number of people that act like this. They see nothing, they heard nothing, and they know nothing. And this also includes ones that have some skin of black, the ones this applies to, not of American blacks, the one that does this. Because when it doesn't affect that particular person who has their skin of black, and it's like, we ain't got anything to do with that. But then when they get some remindment, we're black like you, you get the F out of here with that tactic. And numbers of American blacks about to start catching on to this effed up ass game. These ones who do this shit, right? Who play this? They're black when they want to be American. I mean, black can't be American black. They want to be black when they want to be black. But at the same time, when it has nothing, when shit is not affecting them, then it's like, oh no, we are of this particular place, of this particular, on this continent, or this particular island, the one that applies to play the game, because there's good ones and bad ones, like anything else. Let me play this other particular video on this.
High-profile death investigation underway in Vance County. Last week, Eyewitness News reported on the death of a young truck driver from the Chicago area who was found dead against a tree with a rope around his neck. Today, the sheriff releasing video showing the moments Javion McGee bought that rope, the sheriff says was used in his death. Take a look at this video. The sheriff says it shows McGee purchasing the Ozark Trail utility rope from the self-checkout lane at the Walmart in Henderson. You can then see him walking out of the store with the rope in his hand, and at one point, he even tosses it into the air. McGee was found dead last Wednesday in a wooded area off Vanco Mill Road in Henderson. Investigators say he wasn't far from his truck, leaning with his back up against a tree and a rope around his neck. The cause of death is still under investigation, but the sheriff says there is no evidence McGee was the victim of a crime.
even though time and time again, right, within American Blackism or American history, right, the number one people who has been hated the most, lynched the most, right, taken out of context the most, deflected the most, right, minimized the most is American blacks, especially American black males. And you got people that bring their asses, ones that know who they are, that again follow the materials, run over planes, jump over trains, wherever the hell it is, swim across oceans, swim across on racket ass damn little tube ass little places, where the hell it is, try to get to America, right? And slide under the damn black banner, whatever it is, to try to get some kind of benefits, wherever the hell it is for that person, and certain sections of supremacists grants them certain type or grants them these various type of benefits, etc., to help their asses out. But when American blacks say, I'm not to myself, I so gullible ones, hey, what about American black reparations for historical injustices that still have not been effing corrected? Well, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. But at the same damn time, you don't say that when they gave gigantic amount of money to Japanese Americans for the internment, which again, people don't play that. Which again, you got people that act like that people just did the shit for the hell of it. That's what they call Pearl Harbor attack by effing way, right? You got personnel that give that a receipt of Ukrainian. How many effing billions have within Ukrainianness have received? Right, but at the same time, people find they can't find those damn earned reparations for American blacks. They can sit there and find all these damn money for a border breaker, illegal immigrant to help their asses out, right? To sit there and help out the anchoriness of babies, right? That these personnel that they utilize the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, right? Which has been diluted down. That was supposed to be for related to American blacks. Because so now you got border breaker, legal immigrant personnel, you got Harvard immigrating this personnel, et cetera, right? Who they utilize, bam, automatic citizenship when that baby is born, off the backs of American black pain. Oh boy. And I'm gonna show one last particular video of this particular gentleman who has been on it, related to Javon McGee and some other places. So let me go ahead and share this particular screen. Let me show this. Let me share the screen on this. Let me see here. Okay, here we go.
This is Richard Taylor, and I'm back with more information regarding the death of Javon McGee. And we're going to get right into this without any preliminaries. The reason that I showed Javon walking out of the Walmart, and that is the first time I've showed that. And the reason why I haven't showed it before, because I don't want to create or go with that narrative saying he bought the rope to unalive himself. The reason I'm showing it today so you can see what he is wearing. Now, as you see, he had on a white t-shirt, dark pants, white socks, and black Crocs, right? And so yesterday I showed you this picture. This picture was taken from the website or the social media site of Prophet PI. This picture was, I guess, sent to him by someone. And you see, once again, 3 police officers. And this was allegedly the night before Javon was found. But thanks to some of you out there, and I thank you all for calling in with tidbits of advice and things that I may have missed. Thanks to you, it is evident by this picture, and you will see here, if you zoom in.
Hold on for a second. Let me go back. Something has happened, I think. I don't know if it stopped, but let me go back and see this. Let me go back again. I don't know if this thing continues or not. Like something that's happened. I don't think the thing stops, but let me go back again just in case and redo this again. 1 second, Hero. 1 second. I don't know if this thing stopped or not.
And this was allegedly the night before Javion was found. Javion walking out of the Walmart. And that is the first time I've showed that. And the reason why I haven't showed it before, because I don't want to create or go with that narrative saying he bought the rope to unalive himself. The reason I'm showing it today so you can see what he is wearing. Now, as you see, he had on a white t-shirt, dark pants, white socks, and black Crocs, right? And so yesterday I showed you this picture. This picture was taken from the website or the social media site of Prophet PI. This picture was, I guess, sent to him. Was found. But thanks to some of you out there, and I thank you all for calling in with tidbits of advice and things that I may have missed. Thanks to you, it is evident by this picture, and you will see here, if you zoom in right there on the side of that police car, that is not a police symbol. That is actually the silhouette or the reflection of Javion McGee sitting either on his knees or on his behind in front of the police officers. And we'll zoom in real quick. If you see there on the side of the truck, you see a white shirt, black arms, right? Now you see that picture right there. And actually the police with the beard is actually looking down on him. And I think Javion is facing him, because if you look at this picture, in which I circled, this picture right here circles the legs. Now, once again, those legs look like they are sprawled out in front of him, with his ankles pointed inward and his toes pointing outward. And if once again you look on the reflection of that car, you will see once again the silhouette of what looks to be Javion McGee. And if you listen to the broadcast from yesterday, you had the older gentleman talking about how he saw them. There was a traffic stop and they had him on the ground, and he was saying, "Please let me call my mama. Let me call my mama." And it's evident from this picture that this is the scene that the man was describing. This right here is clear-cut evidence that Javion McGee was in police custody the night before his unfortunate demise. Now, as you also know, here's some more information. You remember the gentleman was talking about the KKK bar or the redneck bar in his call yesterday. He was talking about the bars up there. You don't go there. You know, everybody knows there's a bar. You need to go find out where that bar is, right? And so once again, thanks to one of you, one of the faithful listeners, he sent me the name and address of that bar. And the name and address of the bar is going to shock you, but it's also what the pictures I'm going to show you of the bar exudes racism, KKK, Confederacy, all of those things rolled up into one. Now, if you remember the first video, the older gentleman I talked to off camera also told me, hey, that's right up there where the redneck bar was. Now, there's a lot of residents from Henderson that is saying that there is no, racism or redneck bars, but this actually begs to differ from that. Now, I'm going to show you this first, and because there might be some correlation between where Javion was found and this bar. We all know that Javion's body was found on the lot of T&R Tractor and Trailer Repair. T&R. Now, I looked up on the North Carolina Secretary of State who owns T&R, and as you see right here, the owner of this facility is one Mr. Alton Ray Patrick, as you see here. And the second owner is a Faye Patrick, or the secretary. I assume that is his significant others. Now, mind you, when I went into the office the first day that I went to Henderson, I spoke with a young lady, and she brought Miss Patrick out, and she looked at my card. I handed her my card, and she looked at the card and was like, "We're not talking to anybody." And she handed me the card back. And so that's when I walked out. But now the T&R actually holds a lot of relevance because someone else sent me the location and the name of the bar. And this bar is located at 688 Abbott Road in Henderson, North Carolina. And the name of the bar is T.R.'s Lounge and Grill. T.R.'s.
I'm just gonna play this a few more minutes of
Lounge
this.
And Grill. The place where Javion's body was found at is T&R's Tractor and Trailer Repair. It doesn't seem coincidental to me. Now, so I did look up T.R.'s Lounge and Grill and 7 different variations on the Secretary of State website, and I could not find any results. So maybe it's listed under another name. Maybe I should search the address. Nevertheless, looking at this bar, and I'm going to show you guys these pictures. And you tell me, is this not what the gentleman or the two gentlemen were talking about as being a racist or redneck or a KKK bar? Look
That
at
can't
this first
happen
picture
in today's 2024.
State Farm wanted to charge me $180 a
damn.
month. That's more than my car payment. I use this
don't
site. There
ask,
are
man.
so many.
This is the picture that comes up when you Google the site. There you see T&R's Lounge. You see the big rebel flag hanging on the flagpole.
Is that right?
But you also see a big rebel flag in the mirror. And it says open. You see the motorcycles on the flagpole and things of that nature. Now also, here you see as well, this is, now these are on the Google search. And these are photos by the owner. Under the caption, photos by the owner. So this is what the owner is putting on Google when his bar comes up. This is what he wants you to know.
Symbol.
There's another Confederate
like
flag.
Welcome. Racial racism, terrorism.
In plain sight on the website. Now, let's go inside of the bar. Now, this is one picture of the bar. You see, 3 people there. You see, once again, the rebel flag in the background.
Negroes not allowed.
Nobody's bothered by it.
Of course not.
And here you see another picture of a young man playing pool. Once again, the rebel flag is big and bright as day.
Racial racism, terrorism flag that was used by the Confederacy. And still to this day, of course.
Here is another picture, the bar 4. You see the rebel flag in the distance on the window.
You see this particular woman.
Here's another picture there. You see the bar is full again,
another woman
with the rebel flag in the back.
Not just male within Phnom culture.
Unbothered by that flag.
Of course not.
And I'll show you 2 more. This one right here. You see a plethora of flags right there to the right. Now, I don't know what that middle flag is. That's that middle flag between the 2 white ghosts. I don't know if that's some kind of, maybe a Proud Boy or,
you see on the left side with the rope
if I'm wrong.
Around the
and
neck.
Once again, this last couple here, the last couple right here, you see them at the bar. They're very unbothered. They're having a great time. But now, let's ask, where is this bar at in location? Where is TR's Lounge and Grill in location to T&R's Trailer and Tractor Repair? You're going to see right here. Now, I had to pull up the old trusty MapQuest. If you're under 25, you probably never heard of MapQuest, but this is what we used to use before.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me stop. Let me stop this. Give me 1 second. Okay, why is this thing not stop? Give me 1 second, Hero. Okay, I don't know why this thing. Give me 1 second. I don't know why this thing's still talking. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm not quite sure what. Give me 1 second. One second, Hero. Okay, I'm not quite sure why this thing is still talking in the background. Not sure why. Why is this thing present? Okay, there we go. I don't know why I'm doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out then. So to get the point of this story on that, this was obviously some type of lynching in some kind of way. You have other entities that try to sit there and minimize this, which is disgusting. And there are people out there within no Pacific background, culture, etc., turn lifestyle category, border break, illegal immigrant personnel, voluntariness of immigrating. Right? And then had a nerve to disrespect American blacks, who without American blacks, many other places, many other cultures and backgrounds, and etc., wouldn't even be in this country like that. Right? And how many sit there and watch what American blacks do, how American blacks do, and then utilize what their black pain is, and then try to copy and bypass American blacks. It's disgusting, but it's brilliant. And unfortunately, numbers of American blacks, by the means, they haven't caught on to the game of what many other cultures and backgrounds and etc. do. Right? They utilize what American blacks, the blood, sweat, tears, free labor, etc., to sit there and wait and then bypass American blacks. Right? This is why border breaking illegal immigrant personnel are sitting there laughing themselves off. Right? This is why numbers of immigrating this personnel this applies to. Right? They're sitting there. Oh my goodness, you don't like immigrants. We don't get out of here with that damn game, right? Because American blacks can't go to another country and break immigration laws. You damn sure American blacks can't go over there and say, hey, what's the problem? Hey, man, what's wrong? Why y'all not fighting back against your gov, man? You got the gov is looking like y'all. Hey, why you not fighting back against them, man? Oh my God, you don't understand, right? He said it goes, right? Or another group of higher people, migrating this to that person's country or particular island, whatever it is, right? And start taking over. American blacks can't go to that place and say, hey, man, why don't y'all fight back? Nope. Right? But some have the nerve to run over to America as fast as possible. And they have the nerve to dip their asses, their unrequirement, right? And unwelcomeness of thought pattern to dip ass into what American blacks keep going through. You don't get the hell out of here with that. So I just want to close this out by showing this particular last video on this, right?
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. we are black people in America.
That definitely sums it up. In multi-millions of American blacks, that'll start checkmating people who know they are for disrespecting American blacks. And that includes certain ones that have the skin, right, of black, not of American black, because there are some ones good and bad. But there are ones who have the skin of black, who know who they are, that's kind of feeling, their thought pattern and feeling that they can insult American blacks, who without the American blacks, many wouldn't be in America in the first place. American blacks about to start checkmating numbers of ones like that, and checkmating other people as well who disrespect American blacks. Because again, my question in leaving, what other cultural background, maternal lifestyle category, border breaking, illegal immigrationists, et cetera, in which their males have been more lynched than American blacks? I don't think so. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.